Cardano's TVL has just broken over the $500 million level. Our next target is over $1 billion. Now, this wouldn't be possible without the launch of multiple DEXs, multiple DeFi and synthetic protocols. And as a part of today's video, I want to talk about stablecoins, metaverses, and so much more. What's up, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. I'm your host here for Reed. As a part of today's video, we're diving into a jam-packed set of updates touching on all the top builders in the Cardano ecosystem. First things first, I want to highlight USDM, and I want to give you guys a brief update as to where the team stands with respect to their upcoming launch on March 16th. Following that, I want to talk about Cornucopias, which has a brand new build touching on their brand new inventory feature. After that, I want to jump into Levvy, which has now kicked off their token sale, as well as Veralidity, which has incorporated some brand new features. And then we've got some news pieces surrounding ADA Handle, WingRiders, Minswap, Orcfax, and Coinecta. As always, if you guys do enjoy these jam-packed updates, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. My goal here is to provide you and the Cardano community with all the latest highlights and news pieces. If you want to take it a step further in supporting Dapp Central, consider delegating with the official Dapp Central stake pool, which will allow for you to not only earn ADA, but also allow for you to earn the Matera governance token during their ISPO, which kicked off in epoch number 451, lasting all the way until epoch 493. Jumping into the first set of updates here, I want to quickly touch on USDM and their fiat-backed stablecoin, which is highly anticipated in this ecosystem. So we saw the team releasing their smart contract audit done by the Sunday Swap or by the Sunday Labs team, in which 3 key pieces were resolved. So a lot of it was focusing on upgradability, as well as adding time mechanisms anytime that big updates are made to the protocol, in order to make sure that malicious actors or even the Mehen team is not able to change the protocol on the fly and do things without the community's permission, or without at least having a lot of time pass between when they actually request to make those updates and when they're actually implemented. So the team did have a sit down with Matt Tristan, aka Plutus Plumbus, a pretty big contributor here into the Cardano ecosystem, as well as Pine Laningham, the founder of Sunday Swap, to sit down and talk about the actual audit findings. So if you guys want to find out more about that, I believe it's available on the official Mehen Twitter. Scrolling down, we have the official launch date. So as of today, which is March 3rd, now this newsletter came out on February 29th. The team did state that they are still on track in order to launch on March 16th. At the time that I'm shooting this video, that's only 12 days away. And keep in mind that they're going to have a US-based launch, which with 17 states, that are now on board or have approved the minting of USDM. And then there's also going to be an international launch as well. So when it comes to the international launch, it states here that we've been having some very promising meetings, and things are moving forward swimmingly in regards to the acceleration of our international plans. So pretty simple update here. Again, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to these newsletters if you guys want to stay in the loop with everything surrounding Mehen. Now, if you just want more content surrounding stablecoins, we have the Mint team who will be sitting down with the Cardano Spot, which is a Cardano hub, bringing a lot of content surrounding all the builders in this ecosystem. And they're going to have a brand new stablecoin era live stream, including representatives from USDM, Butane, a synthetics protocol. We also have representatives from Jed or from Cody. And then last but not least, we have representatives coming in from Mint. So that'll be taking place on Thursday, March 7th at 2 p.m. UTC. That'll wrap it up there for those updates. Next, I want to jump into updates surrounding Cornucopias. So we've got the Let's Get Spatial release or build, which is now available to the community. This has been highly anticipated. This brings the brand new inventory system for anybody who has early access to this game. So not only do OGs now have access, if you have specific NFTs, I believe it's the more rare, so the mythic or the legendary NFTs, you are able to go ahead and get access to the early testing version of the game, as long as you have the appropriate hardware to actually run this game. In terms of updates and features, it states here that the spatial release or the spatial build will bring forth a brand new inventory system, which is now available for testing. You'll be able to pick up different items, which include credit chips, Coca-Cola cans, gold bars, burritos, and more scattered items throughout the world, with some of them being more rare than others. Now I'm going to give you guys a peek as to what the actual inventory system looks like here in just a minute, so stick around. Right below that, we've got backpacks, which can also be found, which allow for you to carry more equipment or more items within your inventory. And then there's also a strange cube, which is only generated once per day, which is picked up basically by the first person who's able to get to it. So a little bit of gamification there, very similar to the holo caches, which allow for you to kind of have like an Easter egg hunt in the actual growing metaverse. Jumping over, we've got a picture of the actual inventory system. So this goes again to show the level of quality, the level of thought, and the level of effort, right, that this team is taking towards their metaverse. Again, one of the very few AAA metaverses which has been able to build alongside the community. Again, extremely transparently. I believe this might be the 7th or 8th build. And I remember the very first one where you had barely any abilities. And then looking now, 5 or 6 months later at how much this game has evolved, it really makes me bullish here on Cornucopias. So as you can see there, we have the avatar, which is able to hold different things. For example, like the Coca-Cola, food, mining, and pickaxes. You got dynamite, headlamps, even a few rifles here, some rocks. You can also change their outfit, and then you can also see what's actually in your backpack. Taking it a step further, right? So this team has even gone to the point where with each of these different items, they now have different properties. So with this Moonshot energy drink, this will give you a 20-second stamina surge. It'll increase your health. It only takes up, I believe, one small spot within your inventory, and then also replenishes your stamina. Again, this team goes above and beyond. They've got a very similar sort of stats or properties associated with their vehicles, which I've covered here on the channel in depth as well. That will do it there for updates surrounding Cornucopias. Next, we've got updates surrounding Levvy. So I highlighted the fact that this team has anticipated their Levvy token sale. They announced this about a week ago. They did have some fallout given the fact that they had initially mentioned that they would only be utilizing the society token. That of course has changed, and we now have Levvy getting its own token. As a part of the actual launch, their team is aiming to raise a total of 9.3 million ADA, which right now at the valuation of Cardano is somewhere around the ballpark of $5 to $6 million. This began on March 4th at 4:30 p.m. UTC, and it's lasting a total of 24 hours. So they've already taken 10 hours. And as you guys can see right there towards the bottom, they've raised a total of 765,000 ADA. So what's interesting here is that I do think that this has been somewhat of a drama issue. I would have expected this team to have raised a lot more. I will say, to be completely fair and unbiased, that this team has developed a lot, right? So you take a look at their Sana, their custom nodes, you take a look at their staking platform, you take a look at even Levvy Finance. This team is more than just an ape project. They've also released their Taylor shop. But however, I think the fact that they just released this, and there was a lot of FUD with Charles canceling a space, their community having some sort of fallout, again, with the launch of a brand new token, the sale doesn't appear to have made as much traction as I think the team would have anticipated. Very similarly, or comparably, I should say, we saw the Butane team selling out, I believe it was 9 million ADA in a matter of 50 minutes or under an hour. So just to put that in perspective, this team has yet to raise 1 million ADA. Jumping over, the team will have an airdrop as well as staking. So they've released some diagrams here basically highlighting how many points or how many rewards will be given out to the community for staking. Please check out my airdrop video if you guys want more content surrounding that. Next, brief update, we are going to be talking about Veralidity. So I had Mitch Robles on the channel here not too long ago talk about their payment gateway solution, which ties into, or which is supported to, the Adobe Commerce users. And they're able to basically plug in this gateway and receive crypto payments if they want to go ahead and settle that way. Interesting partnership with them and USDM. Please check out that video or that interview with Mitch. He's very, very knowledgeable about everything when it comes to Magento and even when it comes to Veralidity. He's been in the space for quite a bit of time, and in the interview, his experience definitely shows. So he talks about some potential features here when it comes to rewarding users as well as token gating different things, which include the ability to, let's see here, when a user is checking out, confirm certain criteria. For example, the total number of Cardano NFTs that they've purchased within, I believe, a particular wallet that's connected to their payment gateway. You can also basically filter or provide discounts depending on specific NFTs that they've purchased. as well as Cardano NFTs purchased with a specific minting policy, or current cryptocurrency selected for payment, i.e. Cardano, Ergo, USDM, etc. In addition, you can provide additional discounts for total orders placed using currencies, or just the total amount of orders that they've taken with a particular merchant. So I wanted to quickly highlight that there, a nice little video breaking everything down. Make sure to go ahead and follow the Veralidity team if you're not already doing so. Next, we've got some brief updates surrounding ADA Handle. So ADA Handle is now going cross-chain, adding support for Ethereum and Bitcoin addresses directly within your handle. Customization with SIP68 support came out about 6 or 7 months ago. And since then, they've released a bunch of additional cohorts or backgrounds, integrating some of the most recent Cardano NFT projects. And I did cover this in a separate video. Now, it states that we've released on the mainnet the option to add BTC and ETH addresses to your adahandle.me portal page. So you can head over to their portal. You can connect your NFT. If it's a SIP25 NFT or the original version of the NFT, you do have to upgrade it first. It's about 3 or 4 ADA. And then from there, you can go ahead and customize it as you wish. You can customize everything, basically. For example, the border, you can add your social media information, colors, highlights, etc. And then now you can go ahead and actually add your Bitcoin and Ethereum addresses as well. So it breaks down the entire process, basically going to handle.me, which is the official website, connecting your wallet, selecting your handle, clicking on the cross-chain icon, clicking the plus button to add whichever sort of chain you want to add, whether that's Bitcoin or ETH, and then plugging in your address there. So pretty cool update. Also got the team incorporating their 8th cohort. So if you are a part of the friend or the ADA Peoples community, they will be having backgrounds coming out for those as well. Next, we're going to be talking about WingRiders, which has taken a step which could be a new trend moving forward with some of the dexes here on Cardano. So with the price of Cardano on the rise now, right? 6 months ago, Cardano was trading at 24 cents. It's now trading at about 80 cents. Well, when you're actually utilizing and making swaps on different platforms, the 2 ADA batcher fee is now going to also now be worth 3 to 4x as well. So in order to make sure that people aren't paying too much for these batcher fees, they've actually gone ahead and reduced them. Again, the WingRiders team stating that if your swap value is less than 250 ADA total, your batcher fee will be 0.85 ADA. If your swap is between 250 and 500 ADA, that batcher fee will be 1.5 ADA. And then if your swap total is worth more than 500 ADA, there is a regular 2 ADA batcher fee. So the Dex Hunter team, I believe, will be working to integrate this or update their user interface to reflect some of these changes. But it would be really good to begin to see Minswap, Sunday Swap, any other DEX here, beginning to take that into account. And again, keep in mind, this only impacts the AMM style dexes, given the fact that the order book style platforms do not use batchers. So Axo doesn't use a batcher, and Genius Yield does not also use a batcher. So those already have pretty low fees. And I think that if a lot of these AMM style protocols don't reduce their batcher fees, you may see people adopting some more of these order book style platforms in order to save on those trading fees, especially if they're a pretty common trader trading in and out of tokens daily. Next, we've got updates surrounding Minswap. So they just released their monthly report for the month of February. We do see their TVL down slightly. Their trading volume is also down by 14%. Unique active wallets has just dropped a hair, really not much there. In terms of top tokens, of course, SNEC. I think SNEC will be a winner this particular bull market. Again, do with that as you wish, not financial advice, but we're seeing the Pepe token, we're seeing Doge, which is now up over 30% just today. And SNEC is sort of the meme coin here on Cardano, right? I think they've sort of overtaken Hosky, which was one of the first meme coins. But SNEC really has a strong community, and I think that they will really show up here, especially if they can get a pretty big centralized exchange listing. I think their price will definitely appreciate. Next, we have Fluid Tokens, Singularity Net, which I think is also going to be a big winner when it comes to the AI narrative, followed by LendFi, Lending and Borrowing, and then the Friends Token, which is another up-and-coming meme coin here as well. In terms of highest APR farms, the CBLP, Endmaker, Hunt, and Fluid Token farms provide the most. And then right now we have 36% of the total supply currently out in circulation. Scrolling down in terms of the total active Min token stake, which they did release this feature not too long ago. We have 388 million Min token stake. That's up 3%. Their daily rewards down 30%, and the staked circulating supply up slightly 2%, with an increase of 5% when it comes to total stakers. So hopefully you guys enjoy that update there. Next, we're jumping into Orcfax. So Orcfax has now teased their Cardano native token Oracle-based feeds. We've seen the C3 or Charlie 3 developer portal come out, where you can now track who has actually brought price data on chain, how much they've been rewarded, and of course the actual pricing information itself. Very similarly, Orcfax has their own Explorer, which initially only had support for ADA. That was their only sort of feed. As you guys can see here now, we have 6 active feeds, and we can see that they're now putting or providing pricing data for LQ, WMT, the Euro, just to name a few. So really good to see a lot of progress being made here. I just had Peter Van Garderen on the channel to highlight their validator license sale. This team does not take decentralization lightly. We've seen a few projects aiming to utilize APIs, for example, that are free from CoinGecko, etc., only to have those crash and therefore impact the actual protocol itself. So the Orcfax team is going the opposite way, allowing for the community. I believe they have 100 validator licenses available to basically set up their own validators and provide data on chain. Again, keep in mind they'll be rewarded for that, right? As a validator, very similar to a stake pool operator. And I believe they'll also be able to stake your FAC tokens with validators in order to earn rewards. So very similar model to Cardano nodes in how staking works. However, this will be solely for providing data on chain for the Orcfax protocol. Again, check out my video with Peter Van Garderen. Not only do we talk about that, we highlight their ISPO and their incentivized testnet. So for anybody who's participating as a validator on their testnet, you will be rewarded with the actual FAC token at the very end. Jumping over into the very last update here, I want to quickly touch on Coinecta. So Coinecta will have their staking launch, which I believe will be kicking off on March 7th. If you're not familiar with Coinecta, they're an IDO platform or an initial DEX offering platform. And what they basically are is a launch pad. So for any project that wants to launch a token, they can go ahead and collaborate with the Coinecta team, set up all the parameters for their sale, how many they want allocated, different tiers, vesting schedules, etc., staking contracts, and they can then kick off a sale utilizing the Coinecta platform. I just had the team on a Twitter space earlier. I'll leave the link to that down below. But as you guys can see here, depending on how much of the Coinecta tokens you have staked, you'll get different allocations or different weights within some of their upcoming IDOs. Now, we don't have an official announcement surrounding their first IDO just yet, but we did speak with Marty, their founder, stating that they will be having an IDO kicking off this month. Next, we have just some integrations here, right? So I want to quickly highlight Cerberus, which provides a lot of on-chain data analytics and risk management tools, and they'll be integrated directly into the Coinecta platform. And then very similarly, we have CRCI, which takes a look at some of the sentiment and some of the fundamentals off-chain for different projects, and also they'll be partnering up with the Coinecta project. So an interesting potential opportunity here with some of the first ever launchpad offerings coming in through the Coinecta platform. That will do it there for today's video. Again, a pretty quick speed run touching on USDM, Cornucopias, Levvy Finance, Veralidity, ADA handles, WingRiders, Minswap, Orcfax, and Coinecta. If you found any portion of today's video to be helpful, I would really appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions for me, then as always, make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, I'll see you guys in the next video.